finally speak about the topic of our meeting today. And I'm going to speak with you and discuss the topic about online education. I think due to the COVID-19, most of the world was moved to in online education, and some people think that it's really a good idea to and a good possibility for us to use this kind of education, but there are still lots of people who are against of this kind of education. What do you think about it? And can you tell us which cons and pros do you personally see in this kind of education, and do you practice it, and is it possible to do in your country, and is it our reality, or is it still our future? Oh, Tanya, can you, I'm glad to see you. Okay. But Tanya, I don't know what happened, but we don't hear you well. As for me, I just hear some sounds. Okay, guys. So I ask you the question, and while Tanya does the settings, probably someone of you would like to talk about this topic.
Hello, I'm speak good. Well,
Oh yes, Tanya, we hear you now well.
okay.
So again, for those who joined us, we are talking about online education, and please share your thoughts about how good or bad this kind of education, and is it our reality or still our future?
I think that it is a very nice way for education, very useful, because we can communicate in a high distance. We can speak and for example, English and study English with people from different countries. And as for me, I know that my students better studies when it is online education than at school. Because every student can study oneself, and nobody заважає. Yes, nobody disturb him. And I think that everybody can everybody has a comfortable silent. As for me, I like to study in silent, but not in a very noisy class. It's not progressive. And I think online studying helps give to us more opportunities for learning new information.
Okay, thank you. And it's really great to discuss this topic today, because most of us here are teachers, and only some students, but I think it will be interesting to hear all points of view, the thoughts of the teachers and students on this topic. So probably someone of you guys would like to share your thoughts about online education too.
Okay.
If you don't mind,
I would like to. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, it's a very good way to, like, for example, I about to say about pros of online studies. When you do online studies, you don't need to go outside. So during this corona crisis, so it is very better for us to just stay at home and learning things. Very good. But there's cons. when you just spend all the time at your home, just in front of your phone or mobile or your PC, then it also psychologically attack your mind. You just sitting on your table, there is no, maybe in online, in your online classes there are lots of friends, but they're not very close to you, and you're not allowed to talk to during your class. But when talking about online offline study, so maybe will you having a lecture, maybe you hang out with your friends, sometimes some gossip. For girls it is a very big gossip, but for boys a little bit gossip, and so it freezes our mood. But for for online study, it's very hard to get time to talk to your friends. Yes, we can do video call, but we can do video call, but there's very unnatural process, because we're used to talk to physically, and so that could be very unnatural. Second thing, it is very good for those who are belong to urban areas. Those who are belonging to rural areas, they don't have stable internet connection. It attacks them very much. For me right now, I have very good stable internet connection, but previously 1 or 3 years ago, there's no internet connection in my area. So how can I have conversation, how can I have video call or online studies through this? So mostly, and for India, in India 70% 70% child or 70% population don't have proper internet connection. So that's problem also facing with online studies. And also when you study, when you teach, for me, I'm also a teacher, not a full-time but part-time teacher. So also right now there's no that much corona crisis, so I can teach physically to my students. So I can understand, if you physically teach someone, so it will be more productive than online studies, because online studies there's you cannot understand the mental pressure of that student through this online video call or this screen. And one another thing, we will be, or we get distracted so much, because right now I'm using phone, and suddenly one message pop up in my phone, and I get distracted. Right now, before that I was just studying, and suddenly I get a message from this video call. Yes, it is very productive, by the way, but I get distracted as I supposed to right now study, but right now I'm talking to you. So that maybe we can sometimes distracted, not about just like Facebook, but all the things we do in phone or laptop. Maybe it distracted us, but if you do offline study, there is no way to get distracted sometimes. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Kasafi, please take the word.
Okay. Okay. Can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. In my experience, when I teach my student and sometimes for my subject science education, to make a practice class is so difficult to attend in university because many limitation in my area, in my especially in my university, because sometimes in Indonesia, with the big country, to control about like Indonesia has isolated island, it's so difficult to online learning, and it's very difficult. Sometimes a teacher, sometimes school in isolated island, uh, like uh, normal class, not online learning. But sometimes if the student or the government need uh, give the policy for online learning, it's so difficult. And yes, especially in Indonesia, in isolated island, it's so difficult. And sometimes when you live in on the mountain or on the forest, in the forest, it's so difficult. Yes.
Okay, understood. And Hassan, did you want to share with us your
Yeah.
thoughts? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Did you hear me, Tija?
Yeah, I hear you well.
Yeah, thank you. I think talking about the online class and offline class is better. You're talking about, right?
Yeah. Yes, we're talking about online
Yeah.
online education.
Thank you.
Do you want to
Yeah,
add
thank you.
anything?
Thank you. Great.
Did you hear me, teacher?
Yeah, I hear you well now.
Yeah, thank you. I think is a different advantage and disadvantage. According in my side, online class maybe advantage is you can manage your time. You can focus what you want to study without losing your time to go any places like to pay the bus fee and to go there far away from your school, your home, to go the longer distances to go there study something. It's better to stay your home and only focus what you want. Only you make the scheduled time to study, the time to start the class. You have to manage your family also. You have to tell, I have the class online, the time, when the time coming is that. Then another disadvantage online class is maybe you cannot focus on what you want, because your family will come to your home, will be destroy your time. You be mom and sisters will be say, go the markets and buy something like that. Give me this and this like that. That is really disadvantage. But offline class, also another advantage is offline class is face to face the teacher. You can ask the teacher what the question you want you ask him, and you can also explain well without losing your time, your energy, because it's not far away from you, your teacher. For example, you study mathematics and other very complicated subject. You have to in front of the teacher what you want. You can also understand the explanation teacher. You can understand what's going on the environment of the education area. The main important is what? Environmental education is very important. The more you far away the environment of university or college, the way you difficult to understand the lesson. And I'm very support the online offline class. I'm very interested. I'm not talking about the workshop. 3 weeks workshop is like that. You can take the online, but a huge subject like a bachelor, master, PhD by online is very difficult. According in my side, according the language, for example, we study English language. I'm from Africa. Maybe coronavirus pandemic is very destroyed the world today, and every country very suffer what they do. Only online, only new for us for this year, from 2020 up to now, the primary education, secondary, university, all of them change it by online. All the students very complicated the examination, the way you take the lesson, the way the teacher's explanation lesson is, the assignment problems. Really, I'm not defend the online class. I'm very hate, but sometimes it's good. Yeah, thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank you. And I think it's time to share my thoughts about online education. First, I heard about online education. It was many years ago when I started at the university. And at that time, it seemed to me that it's just far future and we are so far from it. And when it happened to me to study first online, because as a teacher, I am always looking for challenges and try to pass any test or, for example, teaching programs for teachers or learners English, because I think that the language, it's impossible just to study it to the highest level, because language, as all the subjects, develop all the time, and to keep it on the level, we need to study all the time. So I tried online education myself, but it wasn't a one-to-one class. It was like a course. I like it, but I can't say it was very difficult or very interesting because there wasn't a teacher or a leader of the course. So it was just like audio or videos and description. That's all. It wasn't very interesting. But when it happened to me to teach online, of course, I started to think how to make it interesting for my students, because not all my students are grown-up people. Some of them are kids, and those who work with kids know that it's not very easy to catch their attention. It's not very easy to do it in class. But when we are talking about online teaching, it's much more difficult, because you need to make them interested in your subject, and the tasks should change very fast to keep their attention. So as for me, I started to look for the ways how to make the lessons interested, and I found another course, and I am now a member of that course, and it started at the end of February and will go on till the summer. So I decided that I need to know lots of other things, like how to make a good video, how to make a good image, how to prepare interactive task or a game. So on this side, I think online education is very interesting and important, and it's really our future, because really, look here, we are from different parts, not only one country, because here are three of us from Ukraine, but we are members of different countries of the world. So we can meet here, we can hear different pronunciation, we can practice and share different probably techniques or methods how to use internet in teaching. And in this way, I think it's very important, because it's not so easy to meet for us in one place and discuss it face to face. But when we are talking about online education, of course, it has some disadvantages, because if to speak about groups of people, especially if they are young learners, or for example, students of the first grade, it's really important to meet them face to face with their teacher, with their classmates, and just to communicate in their level, in their age group, because I think it's the main disadvantage of online education, that our students are don't have the possibility to meet face to face now and exchange their interests and their thoughts about something. They just are faced to their screens, and just do the work like most of us do in the office. They have the tasks and they need to do them. So in this direction, I think online education, of course, not so good. And now, please, Igor, what do you think about online education? Do you work at school?
As for me, it is not surprising situation last year, because I am a private teacher. Sometimes I am work a tutor for my student. I work a private teacher since 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I am taught via Skype.
Mm-hmm.
This year, last year, only Skype, only via Skype.
Why don't you use Zoom? It's as a teacher, I can
No, only Skype. Sometimes I use Viber.
But you know that Zoom has so many possibilities to teacher, like whiteboard, or you can write on the book, and while showing them to your students, you can write on the book. It's also so comfortable.
maybe, but maybe I'm a conservator. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
I am use I use Skype. I am teach my student via Skype. It is good for me because I have students from different region of Ukraine and other country. Now I have a student from Austria and Russian and other country. Last year I have student from Cyprus and
Cyprus.
other country.
Cyprus, not Cyprus.
Cyprus, sorry. It's very interesting for me. I think online teaching save money and save times.
Sure. And
Yes.
it gives us as teachers more possibilities because we really can have students from different parts of the world, and we can meet with teachers from different parts of the world, so we can just exchange our knowledges and skills to do our
Yes.
education better. As for me, this year is really magic because I mean this school year, because as I am a teacher, I don't live from January to January. I usually live from September to September. So I'm talking about last year, 2020, and this one, 2021. So this school year is really magic for me because I worked in China, in Canada, in Austria, in Venice, in Israel, and those people found me online, and sometimes I taught them, and sometimes I was taught by them, because, for example, in Canada, I'm not a native speaker, and it was very useful for me to practice in their school for their students, giving lessons, and to be able to attend to the lessons of the Canadian teachers. So it really was fantastic for me. How could I just imagine that I will do it if I don't have the possibility to study or to teach online? And also, I always had a dream. I wanted to study in England because when I was a student, my parents didn't have the possibility, they couldn't afford themselves to send me to England. But when I become a grow-up person and started to earn myself, I had a family, and this way I couldn't go to England because my family needed me here. But online teaching and education gives me this possibility. Now I can buy any course in England, in any institution, and just I can choose myself, will it be a week or some weeks or even a month or several months, and I need just pay the course and don't spend money for transfer there, for living there, for accommodation and so on. Okay, and what do you think, guys, about an online education after this COVID will be banned, and we finally, I think we will finally win? And what will happen with online education after that? Will it be so widely used, or it will be just like our past?
I think that online education, that people will not leave or that lived there earlier. And for example, my students from September, we have 1 month offline education, and then we return to online education because in my city is very high pandemic, and after that, from winter holidays, it was maybe 1 month, yes, approximately 1 month, we again study offline, and students said me that they want almost 80% of students didn't want to study offline. They wanted to study online, because it depends on school managers, because in some schools headmasters do nothing for quality of online education. But I can say that at our school I worked online since 2018, and I try G-Suite programs platform from Google, and it's very useful platform to make different lessons, to full lessons, or not only from photos but with videos and other links, for example, different games for students, and it's very useful and interesting for students. And for example, during offline education, I can't show my students, for example, links.
I'm sorry, my son is on the background. If he bothers you,
okay.
I just take off my microphone, okay?
Okay, so I can't show them games from link, for example, on the or show videos. I haven't so good material basis at my school, but when it is online education, I can prepare lessons for them and send them some tasks, or even speak online by online lesson by Meet. And we use a constant link in Meet in this program, and discuss and communicate with all class. And it's normal as offline. We can use even more opportunities in online education. And I think that yes, of course, not 100% of students visit my lessons. Yes, of course, but I say that not 100% students visit my classes with offline education. And even if they are 100%, even if they are at school at my class, it's not a guarantee that they want to listen and to take that teacher say. But if I think online education is for useful for conscience, for aware students, that students that know what they want and why they study. They don't want they don't need to переконувати.
Microphone was off. To convenience.
Yes. Yes, they don't need to convenience them why they must study. It's I think it's some strangers questions for students, because if a student know why they study, if he doesn't know why he study. He hadn't he hasn't to be at lesson. I think online education makes students more independent, responsible, and designed of clever and smart people. Yes, not for people that want or maybe don't want or don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, thank you for these ideas, and I am completely agree with you that it doesn't matter which way some people are taught. If they don't want to be taught, it doesn't matter will they stay in front of their screens or will they be attended the lesson in on offline way at our schools. They won't study at all. And what do you think is the quality of online education is the same as the quality of offline education? Raficha, you are here. Today you are very silent, so probably you can share your thoughts
Yes.
about the quality of online
Yes.
education.
Yes. Teacher,
Yes.
hello.
Let Raficha speak because she is a woman and women are first all the time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I actually, when we first started our online education, it's obvious that the quality of online education was very low. We only get the theoretical education. We can't do our practical things, or even our teachers are not so much trained to give us proper education. So when they are studying something and we just read the PDF or the lecture slide, they even can't use the writing pad in our university case, but after a while, when they understand that we are not getting the proper education, so they just train themselves with using writing pad, and also our internet speed also increased. So that's why our education system goes faster, and you know that there are many types of apps has been invented um, to like to give place these practical things, like you know that we can do the many types of practicals of physics or chemistry online, and we also develop many apps for this. So I think that with time, our online education system has been developed so much, and I know that we can't compare the online education with offline education, because offline education is more lively and more educative. But in case of the computer students who work with apps or work with this online system, I think they get a great opportunity to volunteer themselves with this progress of the world, because you know that I'm also an computer engineer, and when I have a great opportunity to volunteer in developing many apps. Like, I don't know that if you use the Microsoft Teams or not, but in Microsoft Teams we have given our volunteership to develop the apps, and it's a really great opportunity. So I think that with time and with effort, people have developed the online system so fast that it's now I think online and offline education now become equal. Like you also can teach your students with online and also with offline, and it's really a blessing for us, I think.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And it's really like this. I think that in some subjects it's really easy to teach via online education, but in others it's not. I don't know. I hear the sound and I don't know where it comes from. And in others it's not so easy. Okay, Hassan, please share your thoughts with us. Probably you can add anything to what was said by Raficha.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tija. According to the quality education, online or offline education, I think it's better offline education that I already mentioned. But sometimes according to the age of the level education, for example, when there's someone academic student, academic level, might be some of the student high quality education. For those people, might be they very interesting to study the online education. Maybe it's better for those people. For example, if you work some of the local private, you can study without hesitate, without losing your time. You can study because your language skills, the more your language skill is high quality, the more you understand offline online education. The problem is what? The main problem is what is education might be is very difficult if you have a language problem. Language problem, if you are feeling language problem, you are very it's very difficult to understand the online class. But if you understand the what's going on, the system of the language, all the syllabus will be easy for you. According, for example, when you have primary education, elementary, high school, like that is very difficult to study to get the quality education. But if you are master degree, might be high level education, very smart language quality is very understand without losing your time, you can understand. But totally, in my side, I'm always support offline education. I don't like to online education. Workshop and a simple workshop that is no problem, but a huge subject is better for me. I'm very supported by offline education. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I need to remind you that always we choose the topic for the next of our meeting in our chat. So just provide your thoughts about which topic is good for the next meeting, and we will vote, or we will do the voting on the group wall as we did this time. So Quadar, please take a word, share your thoughts about online education. Have you tried it yourself? Or probably you were taught like this. Tell anything you think is good about online education.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was asking Quadar.
Thank you so much, madam. Yes, I would like to talk about the online education a little bit. Do you know, I'm in favor of online education mostly. So I would like to tell you that my dream is to earn a degree from abroad countries which are in good rank. So if I would like to get a degree from abroad countries, so I will have to go there. If I have no chance to go there, how I will get degree from there? So it is my dream wish to get degree from world top class university. So it is possible because of the corona pandemic that online system has been introduced. So I'm very happy because of corona that the online education system has started, and now I will have a chance to study online and get degrees from world-class universities. Do you know my wish to study more and more? So if you want to study offline, so I think it has limited age, and if there is online system, so you can study more and more. You can study up to 60 years. You can study up to your lifetime. So I'm in favor of online education. Offline education have specific time. You can study offline up to age mostly 35 years, 35 years or 40 years. If you reach to 40 years, so I think you need to earn money. So in online education, you can do your job as well as you can give time to your classes. So look, in online education, I meet with you people from different countries, and I think I'm learning from you people. So I am in favor of online education, and I would like to be part of your class all the time.
Okay, thank you. And I have mentioned this idea before on this meeting, that it's really the same in the same way as you. I dreamt about the courses in London, in some of the London institutions, and I couldn't afford it due to time limits and sometimes money limits. But online education gives this possibility to me to choose the course and the time to study. And in the same way, it's a good idea for people who are not students, like who are grow up, not teenagers, who really needs to earn to keep their families on the level, and they just can't spend their daytime to studying. As for me, I have mentioned before that nowadays I'm studying online to improve my teaching skills, and I'm never in front of my screen before like midnight, because while I am handling with my family, kids, and other stuff, time runs, and I found myself in front of the screen at about midnight. So it's just perfect time for me to study. No one bothers me. Everyone sleeps here. No one needs water, food, and playing, and so on. So it's really, as for me, it's really a good way to get the education, and the quality of this education depends only from me. I can choose myself, does this course or this teacher provide me with a good material with the level I need. If I choose him, after that, everything which any material which I get will depend only from me. And on the other hand, I can feel my students who are in front of their screens, who are my students, and I can understand them better, which material I need to give them, and which way is better for them to receive this material. And as I see now, we have some topics. Traveling, how traveling gets the best out of us, healthy life, favorite sport, and healthy food. I think healthy life and healthy food is almost the same topic, because there is no healthy life without healthy food. And so let's choose among these three topics: traveling, healthy lifestyle, and favorite sport. What do you prefer? Write in the comments, and we can go on with our questions. I think we can make our meeting some minutes longer, because we started later, so we will be able to speak more. And the next question of mine will be about time management, because sometimes when our students can come to school, they can be late, and the reason of their behavior like that is transport, or they are overslept, or any weather reasons. And what is about online education? Does it help our students, or you like a student to be in time and to manage your time in a better way?
Hello,
Okay.
Tija.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. I think, for example, we're talking about right now the offline and online education. Sometimes online education, for example, maybe sometimes the lack of material. For example, you are a student, maybe sometimes it's internet problem for your site. For example, maybe your internet will be off, sometimes it will be broken because technology no one control. Then, for example, the class will start at the 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, maybe your laptop will be the charger will be is not accept. Almost 35 and 45 to fix the material that you want to study the class. That is, sometimes always your time will be losing without control. The time will be losing.
So,
for example, maybe sometimes the family will come. The family will come. Your home. You're interrupt. You might be sometimes your friend will come to your home. That is the main problem. But in coronavirus, no problem. Coronavirus, the big issue of facing the world. This I'm not talking about, because Corona is a disaster coming in the world. This is no big deal. That is really disaster. Stay your home, study online. That is another issue. But in generally, I'm not talking about in generally. I hate to study the online education. Totally. It's not good. Yeah. Also, you cannot say that I don't have any experience, because if you are taking degree by online, you cannot say my quality education is high. You absolute is very difficult, because you are not good the environment of education. You're not meeting the teachers. You always taken by online. You maybe sometimes examination will be cheating because no one control. You can do everything you want. You can open your book and writing what you want, because no one see except God. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Quadra, please, of course you can talk.
Yes, my friend, he said that we should not believe on technology. Do you know, if you are going to university, if you want to take offline classes, so for their purpose, you should to go to university. So if you are going to university, if you are late because of the bus, right? If there is a rush, how can I say, if you late because of the rush, so I mean that you should to prepare before time. You should to check your each and everything before time. And I think if you rank something, you should to look to all sides, not one side. So you explain in best way, but I would like to say that online education will never spare your time. You will have a lot of time. You should to close your door and study a lot in all over the world and meet with friends all over the world.
Yeah, thank you. And you have already told what I was going to tell, because it's really, we are people and we depend on the circumstance and occupation we are in. Of course, sometimes we can be late to school or to the university or to the meeting because of our transport, because of our weather, because of anything that we can't control. But talking about online education, of course, we can't control the machines. I mean, we can't control the internet connection, but if we study online, we just, as for me, I have 3 ways to connect the internet. Some of them are better, some of them are worse, but I know that it doesn't matter. My students don't need to suffer from my problem. And of course, my laptop can switched and something can happen with it, but on this way I have my husband, for example, laptop, and I can use it. And even one time on one lesson it happened to me. I used the laptop and camera switched off and I couldn't see my students. So what could I do? I found in the internet another camera. I settled on my computer and settled to my phone and just switch on the camera on the phone. So it's not a problem. There is always a solution how to solve this problem. And as we save our time to relocation to another place, we can use it and we can give bonuses to our students if something went wrong. The same in the universities. Of course, not all the time you can do this or offer these benefits to someone, but at least you can try. And talking about charging the laptops, phones, and other stuff, it's just your problem and you just need to care. The same, you can come to the institution with a notebook which is finished, and it doesn't mean someone need to bring you a new notebook to use on the lesson. So I think in this point, we can't say that online education is bad, because we need to prepare. But of course, if something went wrong, because for example, one time I also had a problem, here was a snowy storm and we didn't have electricity. So this way I couldn't help myself how to handle the situation. And of course, we found another time which was suitable for everyone. And we did another lesson in a better way. I see that Kanish would like to say something, so please take a word.
Yes, yes. So I believe that in terms of time management, offline education is better than online education because it makes the routine of a child, we can say, if he's going to school. Because if he's having a school at 7, he'll be waking up at 5. So he'll be getting ready. And on the contrary side, if we go for online education, if he has a class at 7, he'll be waking up at 6:45 or maybe 6:50 or maybe 7 and just open up his laptop or whatever. So the daily routines, the daily course, so it get delayed. So in the class, there will be no proper time for food breaks and everything is there in schools, and proper lunch break is there. So the time management or the daily schedule, I guess, in offline education, the timeliness, the quickness is far better than in online education, because the whole concentration is on the presence in front of the screen and not what is majorly being taught there. So the children mostly feel like they have to be present on the screen, maybe or maybe not mentally present there. So I feel if he's going for offline education, if he or she is going to the school, if we talk about, so he is not only uh, scheduling his day in a better way, but also education is not only about learning a course or learning few subjects or few pointers. It is also making relation. How we speak to people, it is also part of education. How do we behave with people? How do we behave with elders, like our teachers? So that is being taught, and that is effectively taught in the school only, because when we have our friends around, we have a team, we do some projects in teamwork. But in online education, we are separate individuals. We just have to do our thing on our own. Everything has to be done on our own. So building is not in education. We're not meeting. They're not meeting regularly. We don't have that type of bond that we have in offline education. So I believe that offline education has an edge over online education. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And to sum up our talk,
thank
I think that there will always be people who think that online education is something useful and we really need to keep it. But on the other hand, there will be always people who will think that it's not so good because, like in any subject in our life, there are cons and pros of anything in our life. And
Let-
due to our
let me
voting,
s-
yes, please.
let me say something, teacher. Thank you. Thank you. In according the other side, online class maybe sometimes you can get benefit for self-study. Self-study is very important. The new system, for example, if you are from primary up to master PhD offline education, you don't know the meaning of the online education. It's better to test the meaning of online education. For example, if you are studying the online education, you can study self-study, meaning self-preparation. For example, you don't know this language, you decide to study by online, your commitment and taking decision, planning to start the education by online, you focus on, because this is a new system for your education. Then you will be develop the thing, your mind thing, because online, mostly you have to think, your brain working very fast. And second, your ideology even will be very broad. You can search in different area, different sections of that subject. And number one, self-study, you will be study the self-study, development, your education, also you will be understand how to develop your mind and how to develop your education. Also, you can get the benefit to reading more books because your teacher is absent. You desire how to study this language. You will be reading more books, reading and searching new vocabulary, different articles, different Google, and different teachers will be planning. That is the great system that you teach in online education. But
Okay.
offline education, you study everything. You will be easy for you. Everything will be understand as well as, but this new system will motivational your life and will be very mature respect, and we will be study multiple culture, because I don't know, for example, I live in Africa right now, and I study from my primary and I university. I'm not found in my country. I only study my environment, but now I get the multiple culture.
Oh, something happened with the microphone. Okay, guys, and I think it's time to finish our meeting today. And next time we're going to speak about healthy life style. And our next meeting will be on Wednesday, the same time. So see you.